Fight Endurance Q&A Christmas special. Mate, I feel like I've been stitched up with the jumpers a little bit.
Oh, mate,
What?
I'm quite jealous, actually.
Full on udders.
Yeah, the full carrot option.
Yeah, and you're rocking Superman Santa, so...
I don't know how that's played out, but this is just sometimes the cards we're dealt. So
I guess when you're in charge of the Christmas jumper allocation, you get to choose the good one.
There's got to be some perks to being in charge of this operation, right? Got to be.
I thought you were the Grinch as well, mate, so yeah. Interesting. Right, special show today. Christmas and everything. We're feeling in a giving mood. So there's no questions per se, but we're going to give out some presents. First present, obviously, Naked Running Band. Discount code InnerFight15 if you don't know that by now. Second present, InnerFight30 at puresportsnutrition.me, and you get 30% off their products. The real presents, mate, this week, we're going to give you guys a swim present, a bike present, and a run present.
Yes.
Flex, you're in charge of the swim present.
This is almost like rant time, isn't it?
It's rant time, mate. This is your chance. You've been asking for this.
Okay.
All 25 shows.
Yeah. No, because it's Christmas, I'm going to be nice about it. But look, swimming is an extremely technical sport, and what people will find is that by just swimming constantly, you will achieve a level of fitness which probably allows you to get through a 70.3 or an Ironman swim in reasonable time without feeling super tired. And that's great. However, if you wish to improve your swimming, you're going to need to work to improve the technical parts of that. And that means doing drills. Okay? So we have a range, and we all have access to some excellent swim coaches in Dubai who will look at your swim, analyze it, tell you what's good and maybe what needs to work, and then they're likely to give you a set of drills to do. And this is where people come unstuck because, and I've seen it so many times, they go and see a great swim coach. You know, Tom and I both work with Rory Buck, and I cannot speak highly enough of him.
Yeah, fully agree with that.
Keeps it simple, but also very effective. And they go and see somebody, they have an analysis done, they get 3 or 4 sets of drills to work with, and then 2 weeks later, they've gotten bored of it, they're not doing it anymore, and surprise, surprise, the swim's not getting any faster. So, just do it. And what you want to do is to just treat it as part of the process. And we've all been there where, you know, especially it's like, oh, I've got all these drills to do, and then I can get on with the main event. But it's like, well, if you just continue to do that, you know, a wise man once said, if you do what you always did, you're going to get what you always got. So view it as an opportunity to get better. And even when you're doing your drills, don't just go through the motions. Actually do them and aim to do them perfectly. And Rory actually pulled me up in the middle of a group session just before South Africa, and I was doing a very specific drill that was focusing on a really specific movement, and he was just like, mate, what is that? And I was like, I get your point. And that was a kind of a turning point for me, because I resolved to execute all of the drills that he'd given me perfectly. And unsurprisingly, my swim form pre-South Africa was bloody brilliant, and I have him to credit for that. So go and see someone, get some drills, and then do them relentlessly until you can't get it wrong. Go back, get something else. You'll see progress.
You will, definitely. As you see it as a must before you do your main set.
Yeah.
It's like you can't go for a run without putting your shoes on.
Yeah.
Like, don't see that you can't start your main set until you've done at least a few drills.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Good.
Nice present, mate. I could have done that a few years ago, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's only since coming here and working with Rory that I've had any sort of joy in the pool, and and a lot of it is down to doing the drills, like you say.
Has to. Can't make progress without it.
Next present is a cycling one, and you just said this to me now, mate, as giving a gift out to people as a good one, and I couldn't agree more with it. Again, and it's the age old. This is every Christmas your nan gives you socks. We are going to give you an age old present that you just need to be reminded of again and again and again. Go.
This is the fundamental stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're working with power, let's just talk about power. If you are working with power, the bulk of your long rides should be aerobic or zone 2. And when you have a guideline, stick to it. Okay, so if that means 65 to 70% of your FTP, which should feel fairly easy, that's what it is. It's not 75 or 78 or 82, because work comes later. So all we're trying to do is to build easy fitness with this stuff, and then we might add work at the back end of a long ride or in the middle of a long ride to kind of challenge that. But don't ever lose sight of the fact that fitness is built aerobically, power and speed is built at the other end of that scale.
You got to earn that.
The two do not mix.
And you spend an incredible amount of money on a power meter.
Yeah.
And then go out and ride, completely ignoring the numbers anyway.
Yeah.
Just save your money and ride on feel.
Yeah.
Like, and it's someone comes to me, okay, I've stopped making progress on the bike. You know, name the problem. You can go into their training peaks and you can almost guarantee it's because they've not done enough aerobic work.
Yep. It's all like everything's tempo. There's nothing really hard and there's nothing really easy.
Yeah.
And it's always been the way and will always be the way.
Yeah.
Easy.
Hard. Middle as you get closer to racing and when you're racing.
Yep.
Either end of the spectrum.
Grey zone disaster.
I think one of the issues we see with it, particularly now up Al Qudra, I mean, I've only been here, just over 6 months, but from what I'm hearing, is numbers have almost doubled in like 2 years up there. How much comes into it that you're riding along, you're going nice and easy, and then suddenly, zoom, someone flies past, and you think, oh, I want to go, or oh, I feel good today because you've got the tailwind.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a part of it, right?
It does, but then it's an ego thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'd rather see people race really fast and train really fast. And usually, and I say, there is a time and a place for everything, but I think we just have to understand that your 70% of your FTP might be slower or faster than somebody else's.
Yeah.
But what are you trying to do in your session is the most important thing on that given day. So turn your ego off.
Yeah.
Turn it on race day.
I did an Instagram post, I think, at the beginning of December, and it was basically like, no one cares what you do in training. No. It's what your race results say. And it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And total finish time, not even your swim, bike, or run splits. Like if you...
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit age-old, but if you overbike and walk, nobody cares. All they see is the finish time. So pace your bike and your run well, and you'll have a good chance of putting a good race together.
Yep. Right, last present of this show, the run present. I've thought about this, mate. What can I give as a gift?
Yep.
What am I seeing as an age-old issue here? More and more of. And I reckon it's down to the lack of hills. And it is... people having too long of a ground contact time.
Yep.
So here's my present. Either on a treadmill or find a slight incline, fit in some hill reps to your running at least once a week. Try it for 4 weeks. Then on your long runs, just have a look at what your cadence is doing, and I can almost guarantee you it will have gone up as a byproduct of a better ground contact time.
Yeah.
Reason being, on a slight incline, you have to press into the ground a little bit more in order to keep going up the hill, obviously, compared to a flat route. The other reason, mate, is as you press off, you have to go into a better amount of dorsiflexion to get the toe leaving the floor. So you actually get a nicer knee drive or hip extension or both. We want to encourage hip extension, which will naturally bring the knee drive up. But if you're consciously lifting the knee, I'm still okay with that as long as we're getting a little bit more drive out of the movement. So you've got from now until the end of January to try and fit in a one hill session type of session a week, and see what it does for your running. I almost guarantee you it's going to make you feel stronger with the run. Yeah,
it don't need to be really hard as well. And I think
too steep.
What I saw when we did the training camp at Jebel Hafit is that our bodies are freaking incredible pieces of equipment, and you will find ways to become more efficient when things are challenged. And you could see the guys, the way they run the first hill repeat compared to some of the ways they ran the last one was totally different. And if you look at all of Marcus's marathons, his cadence has increased over time, and it's just like your body's finding ways to become more efficient.
Yeah.
And so try it.
See how you get on.
Yeah.
There we go. Christmas special done.
Helps.
3 presents for you.
Christmas rant and a special.
Next week we're back with another special show. Our yearly recap, mate. Looking forward to 2019.
Yes.
Have a good Christmas,
Happy
everybody.
Christmas,